What's up, beautiful people of YouTube? I hope you're all having an awesome Sunday. This is the 15th update for my Myrmica Ruginodis. It's been an absolute journey. So many changes have happened in this tank, but what I'm going to be doing is making it a longer episode today because it has actually, since about 6 weeks ago, been quite a lot of changes which I haven't fully updated you on. But as always from me, peace and love. I'm out.
And what a journey it's been. There's been so many extra additional species added into this tank. They all work alongside each other now. It may have took them a little bit of time to get on with each other, but they have built a nice symbiotic relationship. And I tend to find out that the ants will leave the skeletons for the mealworms or any feeder I put in there for the isopods, and the isopods actually share the nests with the ants. It's really fascinating to watch, and I couldn't be happier with how this tank has been and how it's developed. And I'm super excited to see it in 2-3 years time, exactly how it's changed. What else is there, what's thrived, but maybe is what hasn't thrived. But that's the whole part of this. It's an experiment at the end of the day in terms of what you're putting in these setups. Sometimes I might fail, sometimes I might grow really well. I might have a failure somewhere down the line, which could lead to a mass die-off of anything. That's the thing with natural setups. Anything can arise. So I'm just really happy with how it's gone so far, and I'm just super happy. I am hoping to get some breeding activity, should I say, from my stick insects soon as well. But there's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. You can see all of the activity on the soil levels here. The isopod peeking through the leaves. It's so cool just watching them on the daily activities. Whether that's moving soil, moving eggs, broods, workers carrying other workers back down to the nest because they're not doing the duties properly. It just really is so cool to watch.
Being the 15th episode, I actually wanted this to be less edited, and I know that doesn't make sense. By that I just mean I wanted the clips to be less forced on sort of interesting areas, because to me I find it all quite therapeutic just watching them go by the day-to-day activities. So I thought I'll leave a lot more footage for you guys to watch, and hopefully you like that as well. But regardless, I want it to be a little bit longer, show you the tank in a little bit more detail. And so there will be areas that I am talking in anyway. As you can see though, there's just a mass amount of little critters living in here now. This will probably have a few more things added to it before I finally decide that it's all done and set, and we'll just see what happens. The mistakes I've made with this tank, I kind of just wanted to touch up on that. Now, the first mistake I made is I used a plant at the time I thought would be okay. Turns out that that plant is way too big for this setup. I tend to find I'm cutting it every single week, sooner than that, every 3-4 days. It's a Swiss cheese, Monstera, the big plants, they grow big. So that's a mistake I made with that one. The other mistake I did make as well, at the time I wish I put a little bit more time into making my waterfall section, because now it's no longer a waterfall, it's more of a body of water which has constantly flowing water moving, so it's always fresh and doesn't go stagnant. I wish I still had that incorporated within the design I originally thought of, but regardless, that's something. But the largest or biggest mistake I actually did make was I did a lot of research behind these ants, but the thing that I didn't actually do on the Ruginodis side of it was the fact that they use that the seasonal changes, as in winter, to then make winter brood for new queens, new princes, kings. But basically, I messed that up. So when it comes to hibernation this year, with them being in an animal room that's pretty set temperature, and then sort of relying on those winter month changes to sort of drive that winter brood, I don't know, but that is a mistake I made, but it's a big mistake to make. So I'll see how it goes. I know that this year what they did is all of the queens that all were inside there, the new queens, they just took them back into the nest, so there will have been new queens, things like that going into it, so that makes me feel a little bit better. But I don't know how that's going to drive the next winter brood or potential new queens. But again, I haven't run into that problem yet. I haven't physically had a full year with them where I can see if they're producing elates. So regardless, I'll have to wait until that moment, and we'll have to go from there to see. But other than that, I couldn't be happy with this. I can't believe it's been like the 15th episode. I've had this tank now for 9 months, 8-9 months. It's absolutely insane how quick time's gone. And it's been an absolute journey on this channel. I can't thank you all enough as well for the support. Again, I'm just going to mention it because honestly guys, I love you to pieces. You're all such good help, such good support for me. And I can't wait for future updates and new things for this channel, and opening my own store, which I'll keep fairly quiet for now. But I'm really excited for what this year and next year has to bring. But yeah, we'll keep going. We keep going with more fun. This was only actually a few minutes after I'd put them in. As you can see, they're already sort of swarming it a little bit, but a little bit later on you'll see the numbers start to increase. But this was just before I turned the lights off. So either way, most of that food was gone by morning. There was a few there left, 2 or 3, but most of it was gone. I know that they do drag them to the tunnels. They actually share it with the isopods inside the tunnel entrances. So a lot of it actually just gets dragged to a few of the satellite nests and sort of devoured pretty much at the entrances, and then the isopods take the carcasses away and do have their own little fill on the protein. At first though, it's all about the ants. They completely take over, and it's theirs. If the isopods come close, they will chase them away actively. I only have seen them share food maybe once or twice maximum. Other than that, they're always just chewing them away.
But in terms of inhabitants now inside this setup, I've actually got 5 different species of isopods. I've got a morning gecko and an egg, but they're not due until 2 months. So, well, it's 2 months and it's been about a month and a half, maybe it's a little bit less. So hopefully we see a little baby morning gecko in there as well soon. Obviously I've got my Myrmica Ruginodis, bean weevils. I've got 3 stick insects, 4 beetles, flowerhorn beetle and green jade beetle. But they're still grubs, so hopefully I see them on the surface soon. But there's many other species in here that's probably slipped my mind, but there's a lot in here and they all share, you know, food, things like that. And I am genuinely just really happy that everything's going so well, and you know, hopefully it just keeps on going as it is. Just trying to show you here how many babies are actually underneath the leaf when you pick it up, how many isopods there is. I'm super excited because this, not this one, I'll show you, it's the next one. Essentially, this little tiny snail here, now this will become the mascot for the channel. Essentially, this is the snail. It's so cute. I got it on a piece of moss from the forest. I didn't even realize, but it's just bred in this tank and it's going to become the mascot. So when my store launches, the first, I'm thinking like 30 orders, you'll get one for free. And then every, say 1 in 3 chance after that, I'll just throw it in for free in each order and it'll become a rare thing. And well, not a rare thing, 1 in 3 is not that rare. But you know, I just think it'll be really cool. It'll add something different, and you know, you guys can have that snail too, and you can represent that mascot. I just think it'll be really cool. But yeah, I messed this time lapse up, unfortunately. I put it on, put my phone on charge. It was going to die, and then I didn't switch it on at the wall, so that went well. Now, it was here that I realised they were feasting on something. I wasn't too sure what it was at first, so I did actually investigate because it looked a little bit suspicious. I was thinking, what is it? But it was one of those helicopters from a maple tree. You know, you throw them in the air and they fly down like a helicopter, and they were actually eating the seed part. So yeah, it's just really cool. It must have been within the leaf litter I collected from outside. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
And if you haven't yet, remember to smash that like button. It goes a million miles for the channel. Same as subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you get all my notifications. But as always from me guys, peace and love, I'm out.